Let's start this match in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, here we are with what could be the final autonomous of the Maryland Tech Invitational. We'll have to see what happens. The Blue Alliance definitely wants this to be the final autonomous, but the Red Alliance is trying just as hard to go to a third game. And look at how they're managing to do that with 8-3-6-5, successfully scoring multiple cones onto that medium junction, but matched almost immediately with 1-4-2-5-9, scoring just as many cones on the upper junction. Looks like their alliance partners are a little bit slow, though, on both teams, which means we're going to have a very even, maybe nearly identical autonomous coming into the teleoperated period, except for the fact that, of course, one of them was on the upper junction, one of them was on the middle junction, giving an advantage to the Blue Alliance once again. It's 8-3-6-5, capturing that high junction back once more, but Blue Alliance, unfortunately missing one of their junctions on the capping, but they are back up and at it. 1-6-4-4-9 Juniper Robotics as well, aiming and trying to angle and get in on that high junction themselves. It looks like this match might be a little bit slower paced than the previous one, but wait for it. Yes, there's a lot of stacking going on this high junction or towards the blue side, currently possessed by the Red Alliance. But also, look at this, they're going, Blue Alliance is trying to capture that far junction with that long arm of those 1-4-2-5-9 Turbo Mega, absolutely showing why they put so much work into that lengthy arm of theirs and its ability to reach almost any part of the field with ease. But unfortunately, they are having a formidable opponent from Juniper Robotics, recapturing that high junction almost immediately, and we're going neck to neck here on these junctions. Whoa, it's a large bash from Juniper on there. This is where you have to be careful. We've already seen in these semifinals, in these elimination rounds, one junction being knocked over, and we do not want to see that again, because whoever does that could mean the end of the match for that team. And we've got the Red Alliance. These human players are putting out these cups as fast as they can because they need these codes to be scored as quickly as they can with 37 seconds left. It is a neck and neck match here. It could be anyone's game at this point. Blue Alliance making gains, currently in the lead. We're entering the end game, which means it's time to put those beacons on the field, get those ownerships locked in. It looks like, yes, the Red Alliance is going for some beacons, and are they going to get one? They are going to. They missed yes, they've successfully gotten one cap on an upper junction as Blue Alliance falling back with a cap on an upper junction. Red Alliance getting their second cap. Blue Alliance, what happened to that last cap? Did they get it? I can't see it too well right now, but no, unfortunately, they missed their cap. The Blue Alliance misses the cap of their beacon, which is going to give them a disadvantage as we end this match out. It looks like we could have a very, very, very close game on our hands, 222-200, but there is still some final scoring to go, folks. This could be anyone's game, depending on what we see with the refs, and of course, what could have happened with penalties.
Well, before we get to those scores, let's talk about finals match number 2 and everything that went into it. This was an awesome match, and like I said, we'll see, do we have a champion, or are we going to play a third match here at MTI? Where do you think it's going to land, boss?
I think the Blue Alliance will be able to take this out. It is definitely going to be a very, very close match, though.
Well, let's jump into the replay, talk about some of the key aspects of this match. What did you see here? What really stood out for you?
Yeah, so let's start right in the front with the autonomous period. We see Wolfpack Machina as they get started with that autonomous period. Looks like they do a little back and forth motion trying to clear something that looks like the cone, actually their preload got stuck, and this is what caused them to be stuck for the rest of the match. They decide to just sit there and wait, but this is why they do so much scouting. They decide to pick Turbo V8. They're able to carry them in the autonomous period, get all 6 cones. And over on the Red Alliance, Gearmaster is able to get their 6 cones, again, going on that mid-junction instead of the high junction, so you do have the points difference, and Juniper just being a little bit off on those pickups. Wolfpack does get that park at the end of the match, as does Juniper, so that is huge for making sure that point differential doesn't get too out of hand.
Let's talk about the point differential a little bit. Can you break down autonomous when we look at this? We see some cones here, some cones here. How does it break down in regards to why we see a 103-71?
Yeah, for sure. So we can see over on the Blue Alliance, 6 cones on that high junction for Turbo V8 and Wolfpack Machina. So each cone in autonomous is worth 5 points, and then it gets counted again once the teleop period starts. So that's going to be like 5 times, like 60 points worth of cones on that junction, and then 3 points extra for that ownership. Now both parks, that's going to get you 40 points, so that puts you at the 103 that Wolfpack and Turbo V8 have. Over on the Red Alliance, it's a similar calculation, but that medium junction, you're going to lose 2 points for each one because of the double counting. And so, that's four cones, or 6 cones for 4 points, 8 points each, so 48 points total. And then one park, looks like maybe one park may not have been counted yet, so that would get you to the 71. But later we do see the score get a little closer, so it could have been that the refs just added it after the fact.
Absolutely. As we start to get to the second half of this match, what were a couple key points you saw that really stood out?
Yeah, so over in the beginning, actually, we can see that both Juniper and Wolfpack don't have that stack still standing. And so these teams both decide to try and attack it right in the beginning of the match. What I want to point out here is the difference between the speed that Wolfpack has and Juniper. They are just so fast at clearing the stack out, just back and forth, back and forth. They've already gotten 2 as Juniper goes and starts taking cones off that stack. But, both teams incredibly fast. I think Wolfpack just was a little more effective in taking those cones off. So that was definitely huge. At 79 seconds, we see right here coming up Turbo V8. Another reason they were picked is that huge extension they have. You can see reaching over just like 2-3 tiles right there, 24 inches each. So 4 feet of extension is really, really impressive on the mechanical side. So definitely a huge showing for them as to why they were a strong Alliance pick.
As we start to wind down on this match, let's get a little bit closer to the end game here. The last 30 seconds, saw some more back and forth. So I want to talk about this little cone that was hanging up here. Now that cone doesn't count, right?
Correct.
And are you able to just knock it down freely, or how does that work?
Yeah, the refs definitely know more than I do, but I do believe since it's not scored, they're able to, just give it a little tap, knock it off. If it was a beacon, though, it would have counted as scored, and if it had gotten knocked over, the other Alliance would have gotten at least a major penalty, I believe, but at least a penalty.
So breaking me down the beacon scoring here, where are we seeing the beacon scored at the end of the match, and how's it working out?
Yeah, so I noticed Turbo V8, they're going to pick up their beacon right now, doing a double beacon strategy like Wolfpack over here and in the front. Now we see Turbo V8, they go and place a cone on this high junction nearest the Red Alliance, and then they go and try to place their beacon. I believe their beacon placement doesn't quite get pulled off, but Wolfpack, they are able to get their beacon. Yeah, Turbo V8 just misses their beacon right here, but they played fantastic throughout the rest of the match, and Wolfpack, they get their beacon up in the front. Over on the Red Alliance, though, we see a Red Alliance beacon right over here, and then, just really fantastic play from them overall.
Well, it does sound like we have our scores in. Let's send it back down to the field and see if we have a champion or if we're going to play a third match here at MTI.
All right, thank you very much, Tyler. Now with that incredibly comprehensive review of that match, we are now ready for the scores. And here we go. And it was the Blue Alliance. The Blue Alliance are now the champions of the MTI 7th Annual MTI Tournament. Congratulations to the Blue Alliance for that amazing win. Congratulations also to our Red Alliance, the number 4 Alliance, Team 16-449, 83-65, and 14-361 on their great accomplishment to make it to the finals. But again, our winners are Team 18-438, 12-599, and 14-259. That concludes our field competition. We are now going to get ready for the award ceremony. We will have the award ceremony in 20 minutes, therefore at 3:45. At 3:45, we will start our award ceremony. Please do what you need to do to prepare, but we'd like everybody out of the pits and down here at 3:45 for the start of our award ceremony. Our 4 awards, special presentation, and of course, the finalists and the winning alliances.
Well, boss, there you have it. We do have our champions here. Congratulations to the Blue Alliance. What an incredible lineup on here. Give me a full wrap-up of MTI and the competition we saw here today. What really impressed you? What stood out?
Yeah, I mean, it was just high-level gameplay every single match. I mean, there wasn't a single boring match, 200 points plus consistently from every single row. But I think I was looking at the average score. I saw row 2D2 have a 275-point average match score. I mean, that is just absolutely nuts. Coming into alliances, we had some fantastic alliances, really, really strong in the first match, or in the first semifinals match, semifinal 1, match number 1, 222 to 222 point tie.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. 3 matches later, the Blue Alliance, the 4th seed Alliance, upsets the number 1 and goes on to the finals. Over on the field 2 with the 2 seed versus the 3 seed, it was a little more standard. We saw the 2nd seed take 2 wins with that Wolfpack Machina Overcharged and Turbo V8 Alliance. Now going into finals, again, they went 2-0 with some just really strong gameplay, and wow, MTI was insane.
Yeah, MTI to me, it is, I'll call it, it's the all-star event of FTC, right? You look at how many fantastic teams come here. We got teams from 3 different countries coming in, 15 different U.S. states really making it happen, and every single team here is top-tier caliber,
Definitely.
which I think is a great one. In the UpRC side, we have an event called IRI, and the tagline of that is where the egos play, and I think that also applies here pretty well at FTC. The passions are high for this. For some students, this might be their last event. Now, Boss, I got to ask you as a FTC alumni as well, too, what was it like, when you got done with your last event, and what advice do you maybe have for those graduating?
Yeah, so actually MTI was my final event and ultimate goal. I think my advice is, just keep doing what you're passionate about. You'll definitely find new things to do in college. Don't forget first, mentor teams, come back and volunteer, but really just have a lot of fun, learn, and do good things.
Hey, maybe come back to fun, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So a couple other things, by the way, too. If you are watching on First Updates now, we have, of course, our awards ceremony coming up a little bit here at MTI. We will continue streaming that. And if you're interested in more FTC action, Chicago Robotics Invitational coming up in just 3 short weeks, where they have a 7x7 grid. I'm totally looking forward to seeing something like that. That's like, to me, CRI is like the craziness MTI and what it brings to you. What's your experience with CRI?
Yeah, no, CRI, always fantastic gameplay. Just the strategies that evolve when you have 3v3 matches,
right.
bigger fields, new items, and it's just incredible.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap us up here at the Sports Desk. For First Updates now, I'm Tyler Olds, the Boss Jane. Thank you so much for joining us. Our award ceremony coming up in just a few minutes, but we hope you join us for other First Updates Now content later on, of course, as we get into the new season, just a few short months away. We can't wait to see you then, and of course, our other streams as well. Thanks a lot, everybody.